Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I produced any content, so buckle up, sit down, I'll tell you what's been going on and what the latest project is on Core Daddy Motorsport. So guys, let's go for a ride. Well, guys, lots been happening. In July, I was about just of the middle of July. I was up north selling at my house and just getting it ready for the owner to transfer. And lo and behold, I suffered a heart attack. So that was kind of a real big surprise and a wake-up call for me. I had to spend about 3 weeks up in Edmonton for the procedure and to rest up. Thankfully, my brother lives up there, so I stayed with him and recovered nicely. So I've been home for about a week now and just trying to put a few things together. So now that I have to make a lot of changes, unfortunately the biggest change that I got to make is to drastically reduce the business that I'm in. So I did accept a position with a company that I will let you know in the future. I'm just going to be going through the motions of starting with them, make sure it's all good. But I started going to be starting a new company. Core Daddy Motorsports as a business is going to be more of my YouTube channel, and just to reduce all my services just down to two, which are the ATV and the side-by-side or UTV training. So that's basically where I'm at with the channel. As far as the content is concerned, I have to switch gears there again. So the Tahoe will probably be put up for sale within a few months. Because I am purchasing a 2022 Chevrolet Spark, and that's what we're going to do in the later part of the video, is do a build series on the car that will be on the radar next. The Tahoe's great, I love it a lot, but it's just something where it's out of my scope to fix up. I want to do more off-roading and overland adventures, but the cost to do the Tahoe will exceed what the other investments that I can make. So that's where things are going to change a little bit. Yeah, give it a little bit of a gear change. However, because I have to put the Spark on a factory order, I'll still be driving it around for 2 to 3 months until the Spark gets here. I also was considering a 22 Mitsubishi Mirage, because you've seen some of my videos. I'm not sure if some of you are new here, whatever, that I've covered Mitsubishi quite a bit. It was another ultimate favorite of mine. It was tied with the Chevy Spark, but because I'm the president of the Chamber of Commerce in Pincher Creek, and I have to stay focused with my buy local, I decided to ultimately go with the Chevrolet Spark. Both cars are great. No matter what you choose, you can't go wrong with either or. So I did it from a business support local standpoint, and again, it is one of my favorite cars. So we are going to go jump online and we're going to do a build series with that, and we're going to see what Spark that I chose, because you can go from mild to wild like everything else. It's not going to be as exciting as building a Bronco or any of those things. And of course my Facebook goes off while I'm doing a video, but that's all right. But yeah, so we're going to go in and we're going to get a couple things done, and we're going to build my Spark to my specifications. You're going to be quite surprised because I'm going to go as bare can get. I think I'm only going to be picking up 2 options. So guys, let's turn the camera to the screen and let's build my 2022 Chevrolet Spark. Okay, not sure how this is going to turn out. I got a kind of a lighting deficit here in the house. So anyway, let's go to the GM website, Chevrolet Canada, and we will go. I might have saved some of my searches, so if it did, I will go and reboot it. So anyway, here's GM Canada's website. We got vehicles here in the top corner, and of course it's going to know what I've did before. We can all go from, so starting price for the Spark is $10,398, and that's before all your mandatory fees and your shipping and all those other fun stuff. Funny enough, in the United States it's $13,000 something and change. The difference being between the Canadian and the United States version is that in the US, air conditioning comes standard, where the Canadian version you have to go up to a whole package, which is where things change considerably. However, this makes this Canada's lowest price point vehicle by a far margin. Like $10,398. Obviously, you're going to pay more than that with all the fees and taxes, but a starting price of $10,398. Fully loaded just ticks under $20,000 at $19,964. Again, you'll go over that. So we're going to pick the Spark because that's what I am going to be buying. Let's see. Hopefully their website is, well, it's running a bit slow. So anyway, so here we go. 21 Spark. Now, GM Canada has not updated their site for the 22 model yet. So a few things are their trims and colors. They're adding a yellow and they're adding a darker blue. I forget the name of them. However, I'm not picking any of those two colors, so it's not going to be affecting the rest of the vehicle. So we're going to go build and price. And then when we get here, it's got to enter my postal code. And boom. So it might come up to the vehicle that I have. No, actually good. So in here, it's going to say US models shown throughout. Of course, there's no real difference. We've got a few trim packages. So there's going to be a few of them. There's going to be the LS manual. That's your base model coming in at the $10,398. You're going to get an LS, but that comes with the CVT transmission. Then you've got an LT1 with a manual, so it'll give you a little bit more upscale packages, including that air conditioning, but still available in a manual transmission. You can do an L1LT CVT, that's the CVT automatic, or a 2LT CVT, again, just higher trim packages. Because I'm keeping this as the lowest price point car that I can get, I am going to choose the LS manual. So there we go. The price changes down to $12,198. Now, so that's going to be it. Now, the one that they're going to show you is in white. I don't want white. It's very rental color. If I was going to wrap it up or do something with it, of course, I would pick it because the next step on the option list is colors. Now, you get 3 exterior colors that are no cost options. You can pick the Summit White. You can pick what's called Silver Ice, which doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty decent. And then you can get Red Hot. Unfortunately, those 3 colors are not in my option list. The option list that I have to pay extra for what's called premium colors. I did have a Mosaic Black Spark, loved it. I did the deckling on it. I was considering going back and promoting it under the same banner, but in the last day or two, I decided against it. So black was in the runner-up, but I did omit it from there. The Nightfall Gray actually looks pretty decent. You know, it's still a darker color. It shows off a lot of the accent lines, makes the vehicle look a little bit more upscale. But again, I wanted something a little bit more that popped. Toasty Marshmallow's been around for a while. Do not like the color. It's like a white, off-white, but it just doesn't do anything for me, so that's not in. Cayenne Orange. It's like a cayenne pepper. Actually not bad. You know, it's got the red cues in it, but I'm not a fan of it in these types of reds, so those were not in my realm of options. Passion fruit, again, another really strange color that is something that my eyes don't really get attracted to, so I was not looking at that. Now we have 2 colors left to pick from. We have the Mystic Blue, and this is my first choice of purchasing it for a number of reasons. I do like the blue. It's kind of really loud. It is a small car, so having a bright colored vehicle on the road is better for visibility, especially when you live in truck country. And also, if I do want to promote it and do deckling and make it into more of a sports compact down the road, I've got room to make the car a little bit more splash friendly. Now this Caribbean blue is actually going away, so I wasn't able to pick this color anyway. They replaced it with a blue glow, which is a very dark navy blue type of tone. That there was another consideration, but ultimately I built it with this Mystic Blue. So I think it looks really good. It's got good visibilities, especially here when the weather turns bad and you got a lot of blowing snow and everything like that. This blue is very bright and should stick out quite a bit while you're driving on the road. So that's the color. So again, very basic package, 5-speed manual. You don't get much options with it. Interior color, you're only going to get the one trim package. So options are very limited in the LS manual. You can get the all-weather floor mats or the premium carpet floor mats. I like what it comes with. I think they're decent at the price point. If I want to get some optional rubber floor mats for the wintertime, I'll just buy some from a Canadian Tire or whatever for like a $20, $30 price point rather than a few $100s. Interior protection package, again, just comes with all weather rather than just a different style. So if we go to exterior, now it comes with a 15-inch steel standard. Perfect. Love the hubcaps. Awesome. If I get a set of aftermarket summer wheels, then I can pick exactly the style and type of tire and rim package. But because I live in Canada, we will go with a $200 engine block heater. It's listed at $195. The other exterior options, not really interested. I want to keep the price point low. See, I'm still under $13,000 before taxes. So the painted wheels and the upgraded trim package, wheel locks and mirrors and all that, I'm not really interested in. The two things that I can do down the road that I was looking at is this windshield and outside mirror cover. Those ones there will be good for winter time, so the wipers won't freeze. Again, I can buy this at the dealer or an aftermarket one. So I did not select it. It was only $100, but I decided not to go with that package. The blackout bow tie emblems, I was thinking of doing it. Now they're $195, but I don't mind the gold one. I think it adds a little bit of a nice accent. I was good either way, so I did not go with that. Front and black mounted splash guards, again, I skipped that option. I had the Spark for a year and I didn't notice any real build-up for snow and everything like that. So as we can see, the interior, it's actually pretty nice for a very entry-level price point car. It's got a really nice center console here, good display. It's got the hands-free Bluetooth connectivity. It's got a nice pods for your gauge, speedometer, RPM, fuel gauge, and it feels good. It functions good. Yes, I get wind-up windows. Yes, I'm not getting there's no AC. It's manual shift. It's a car that was very popular 20, 30 years ago when people were not going into heavy consumer debt and spending, tens of thousands of dollars on a depreciating asset. This is just basic transportation, and I think GM did really good. Of all the small cars out there, I think the instrumentation is probably the most modern looking and the most functional with the highest quality. Again, interior options were floor mats, your sport pedal kit, aluminum skid plates. These options here, I wasn't really too interested. I don't smoke, so that didn't worry about it. All-weather cargo mat, $100. I can buy that later on if I choose to. I'm just trying to keep this price point low. Connectivity, the last part of the option list. You can get a 1-year remote access plan. Because the vehicle is so basic, if I lock my keys in the vehicle, even if I did have this plan, it wouldn't be good because there's manual locks and windows. So there's nothing you can do from the remote side of it. So that didn't make sense to opt that. And then the OnStar, I think it comes with a month free trial. That I might continue with if I feel that it's going to get good value for money. But for now, I did not check that box, and the bundle with those two, obviously, I did not do. So the summary is very simple, guys. $10,398. My optional color cost me $455, which was at the highest end of those options. I also opt for the engine block heater at $195. So you're basically, just under $700. 4, 5, 6. Well, yeah, around the 700. I should even do the math anyways. About around the $700 mark, give or take, for options, which is very low. Again, standard 1.4 liter Ecotec, 5-speed manual transmission, 15-inch wheels with the wheel covers. It's just the whole, very basic transportation that you would get in, a very low price point car. $85 bi-weekly, that's exactly what I'm paying. I think around 85 to 87 is what the quotes were. They were under $90, but if you round it up, $90 bi-weekly is not an expensive vehicle at all. I did put $1,500 down on it, and then I might get that back because it's a zero down. It's just to commit that you're buying the vehicle. I might just keep that on there and just maybe even having my bi-weekly payments lower by a few dollars. So if we look at the mechanical, it's got 98 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque, plenty power in GM's lightest vehicle with the 5-speed. It offers really good spirited driving, and it's, very suitable to this vehicle. Front wheel drive, 391 axle drive ratio, batteries, 375 cold cranking amps. It's on the low side, but then again, it's a small engine with good oil. It doesn't really need a lot of strength to turn it over. It's got an 80 amp alternator. Again, it's rear compound crank power or coil springs, McPherson struts for the front. It's got power steering, 4-wheel ABS brakes, front disc, rear drums, just your standard. Fuel tank's about 35 liters, so depending on the price of the gas, it will cost maybe just under $50 to fill it at our prices, which are a little bit higher. And it's got mechanical jack with tools. It's got the Chevrolet infotainment system with 7-inch screen, touchscreen. It's got Bluetooth, voice command, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, all the modern stuff you really need, and that's important. I can make phone calls while I'm on the road and have some connectivity inside the vehicle as well. This one does only come with 4 speakers. It's got a 4G LET Wi-Fi hotspot capability, which I might do if I go to the OnStar. I got Bluetooth. It's got a roof-mounted antenna. Decent seats. I mean, for the price point, they're actually on the higher end quality. It's got, the cloth trim, 2-way manual positionings throughout. It's got headrests, center console, carpeted floor mats, yada yada. I won't go through every single one of these. What it does have, I think, safety. It's got hill start assist, which is going to be pretty good. It because it's a manual transmission, if you're on a hill, it applies the brakes until it starts to get going for a few seconds, just so you don't roll back. So that's going to be interesting. Of course, all vehicles as of 2018 are mandated with the rear vision camera. It's in the center console, and it does have the trajectory lines as well with this vehicle. And that's about it. So I made it. So if we look at it, that's the summary on it. It's as basic as you can get. A lot of people are buying, obviously pickup trucks are your normal SUVs. I decided not to draw the line on anything more elaborate because I did consider going to the LT2 with the power windows, locks, AC, but that brought in about a just under $5,000 price point. So that's almost 50% increase in the cost. And my objective is a very low cost, low operating vehicle. So that option didn't make sense. So that's why I did not pick it. At the end of the day, I decided to stick to the LS 5-speed, keep it old school. Yes, some days air conditioning will suck, but I do plan on buying another vehicle for the channel, and that will have air conditioning. And I'll reveal what that is once I replace the 96 Tahoe. But this is what's going to come in. Now, with the chip shortage and all that fun stuff, it's going to be 8 to 12 weeks is what the dealer's projections are. GM is saying around the 10 to 12 week projection. So, I'm going to have to patiently wait. There's nothing wrong with the truck that I'm driving. It does need work, but it's not to the point where I need to replace it right away. So guys, this is what is going to be hitting the stables pretty soon is my 2019, I'm going really old school. 2022 Chevrolet Spark in its Mystic Blue. There's a lot of options. Now, as a Cordetti Motorsports guy, if I were to do this car up for modifications on a tuner, and I was really wishing GM made a sports version, I would put the 1.4 turbo engine in this, give it a sport suspension with rear diffuser, performance struts and shocks and springs, lower it about an inch or so, put some nice 17-inch low-profile wheels, strut brace front and in the back hatch. I would put a more sports premium interior in it and a performance transmission. I would put some vented hood loops on it and change the headlights and taillights to a bit more sportier model. Bring it into a little pocket rocket. This is GM's lightest vehicle. They could have a real fun performance vehicle if they do so choose, or let me make it a bit bigger. But guys, that's the plan for the channel. So I'm going to document the purchase date. I did go to West Castle Motors here in Pincher Creek, where I support local, and I did put a $1,500 deposit. So now the hourglass is running. We'll see how long it takes to get a 2022 Chevy Spark to the dealer from South Korea all the way to Alberta, Canada, for a build date. So we'll see how many weeks it takes. So I'll kind of give you updates as I go along. Once I get a build sheet, I'll see if I can have any resources to find out exactly when it's slated for production, and maybe if I'm lucky I can get some photos of it being built. So guys, thanks for coming along. Those who follow me, thank you for sticking with me. Sorry about the content slow. Those are the reasons. Going to be looking after myself, joining the gym, getting into better shape. So hopefully 2022 will be a better year for me, and I'll be able to actually get right into this stuff. This car is going to be a long haul car, which means I plan on keeping it for a very long time and documenting, a very low price point car, the life of it, what wears out, what's good about it, real life fuel mileage, the whole package deal on this car. So yes, I'll probably buy other cars here and there, but this is going to be my daily commuter to go back and forth to work, and it's going to be another vehicle that I'm going to enjoy. The other thing that I did with the dealership is I'm going to build into the loan is a set of winter wheels and tires. So I'm going to keep those summers and the hubcaps, and then I'll have the winter spec tires. So that's prices might go up a little bit more, or use that $1,500 in part to offset that cost. So guys, once again, thank you for continuing the support. If you're new around here, please hit like and subscribe. If you're into these cars, let me know. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode of Cordetti Motorsports. You guys stay loose for now.